Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Today, we are going to continue our discussion by talking about conditional statements in Visual Basic Windows forms. We are going to see how we can use decision making in our programs to elevate how we build applications. What are conditional statements? If I say something is a conditional statement, what is it? What am I trying to talk about? A conditional statement lets your program make a decision. In life, we make a lot of decisions. Life is not one straight line that you go from point A to point B and then it ends when you get to point B. It's not like that. In order for you to go from A to Z, there are lots of breaking points, there are a lot of stopping points that you go through. Yes, Emmanuel.
Before we continue, please, I want to put this across. Yesterday, unfortunately, my laptop break down, so I couldn't submit the assignment. So I don't know if I'll be allowed to submit it this week.
You do know that the assignment you were given 5 days, right?
Yes.
So your laptop broke down each of the single 5 days.
No, it broke down yesterday.
You see. So if you say my laptop broke down yesterday, it gives the impression that you were given the assignment for 1 day, and after 1 day, you couldn't submit. You had the day we did the class, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 12. So this conversation should have been had somewhere Wednesday or, say my computer is spoiled to, I can't submit to, okay. Not when the time has elapsed and the thing has ended, then you are now coming to say I couldn't submit. There's nothing I can do now. Do you understand?
All right, sir. But it actually got spoiled yesterday. So, but during the week, I was doing it small because of my work schedules.
That's why I know that because of your work schedules, that's why I gave you an entire week to do it. If you couldn't submit it before the time, the best would have been to call before the time, not after the time. Do you understand?
All right, sir.
We all have conditions we have to meet. We have conditions and things we have to satisfy. So a conditional statement allows you to make decisions. Now, executing different code based on whether it is true or false. That means that if I make a certain condition, this condition here, if it is satisfied, I would either go to the green section here or the false section here. That is the red section here. That means I'll either go to one branch or another branch. For example, if it rains, I will stay home. That means that if it doesn't rain, I'll go outside. That means that me being home or me going outside is predicated on one thing and one thing only, the condition. Is the condition satisfied? And it is very important for us to note that the condition has to be satisfied to give us a true or a false. Our condition has to be satisfied in a way or in such a way that it provides us with true information, either true or what? False. We can't have any other condition apart from that. Our condition will have to be satisfied to give us a true or a false. Now, in talking about true or false, let's look at it from this perspective. If I say 4 plus 4, 4 plus 4 is an arithmetic expression. which means that 4 plus 4 would give me 8. If I say is 4 greater than 4, the answer is going to give me false. Now, in the second case, the answers I can get are only two, true or false. There are only two options to my answer. I'll either get true or I will get false. I will not get any answer apart from true or false. So for me to evaluate a condition and for the condition to either branch me left and right, my answer has to be either true or false. And I can only use a conditional, relational operator to perform this kind of action. That means I can either use greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to, and the equal to sign to evaluate my expressions. And again, watching it from the screen, we can see that I have greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, this is how I'll write it, less than or equal to, this is how I'll write it, not equal to, this is how I'll write it, and the equal to, the mathematical equal to. Remember, in programming, a single equal to is an assignment operator, which means I am giving. If I want to do something is equal, then I need the two equal tos, which means left and right are both the same. So everything in the condition here would be a relational operator of me comparing two things. In that, we are going to evaluate inputs, check if the fields are empty before saving, control statements, checking if different scenarios, error handling, making sure the exact thing is done, code guard, checking if people are done. All of these things are things in which we use the conditional statement to evaluate and do. To evaluate and do. More so, how will I write a conditional statement in VB? I would use the if statement. So I have the if keyword. Then I'll have my condition. Remember, the condition has to be put in a way which will either tell me if it is true or false. Then I have the then keyword. Then I have whatever code in which I would write. I have the end if to close the loop. That means that the loop will start from here and end at the end if. For example, I have dim age is equal to integer, which is equal to 20. That means that I have created a variable, giving the variable an address of age and put in age 20. So if age, currently age has the content of 20. So is 20 bigger than 18? Or is 20 bigger than or equal to 18? If it is, I'm going to display a message you can vote. If it is not, I'm not going to display anything. The condition must express to true or false. I need to stress this very well, that the condition is like a bouncer. It is stopping everything and only allowing what you want to enter. That means you writing it well will evaluate how your program is going to operate. To be honest with you, all the programming in this world is based on that. The condition is based on the condition, how the condition is evaluated. We have the single line whereby we can write if this is it, then this, and then everything is on one line. If I have to do multiple lines, then I'll use the if and end if so that I can do multiple lines. For most of our scenarios, we use multiple lines so that we get used to those kind of scenarios. There are scenarios whereby you can see that the if statement is not just when the thing is positive. Because over here, for example, if you are not 18, what happens to you? Nothing happens to you. There is no pathway for a negation, or there is no pathway for the false. Hence, if I have an if-else statement, means that I have a pathway for when the condition is false. Let's look here again. Dim score as integer is equal to cint text score dot text. So whatever the score of the person is, we would make sure the score is an integer and put it in the integer value called score. Now, if score is greater than 50, then we would say the student has passed. If the score is less than 50, we will say the student has failed. And change the color of the work and change the color of how the work looks like. Say for example, let me call you back. I'm in the class, okay? How the work looks like. So we can use that to manipulate how our work is going to look like, how our work is going to behave. Let's have an example of this. Let's write some code and see how this is going to be evaluated or utilized. I would open up my VS Code. So here's my VS Code. And once I open up my VS Code, I will click on New Project. We've done this already, but again, it doesn't hurt to go through. I'll make sure I have my VB as the language, my platform is Windows, and then the application I'm writing is desktop, and I would select Windows Form application. It is over here. Since we selected it already, it is pinned over here, and I'll press next. I have to give a name to my program. I'm going to call it Pass App. And then I'll click on Create. So I have created the window. Again, the computer will check, make sure everything is okay. My environment is well built. Then it will present to me the environment so that I can type in the code that I want to type in. So this is my environment. My canvas will be made ready for me. On the side, I have my toolbox. And then for every element, remember, every element has a property that we will use. Now, in here, the first thing I will do is I will go and select my label. And we will discuss the assignment which was given to you very shortly. Before we close, we will discuss it because there are certain things in which we have to discuss. So I'll right click here and click on properties. And remember, the appearance of the thing is controlled by the text property. So in here, I would say enter your score. So the person would enter their score. Under font, I can change the font of my work. So under font, I would go and make sure it is bold. I'll make sure it is 16 and I'll press OK. So it looks like this. I will go and click here and I will look for the text box. And then I have the text box over here. Again, I'll go for font and then the font, I'll change it to 16 so that it is a bit bigger. And then I would move it so that it cuts across the screen a bit. Then I have the button, whereby I can select a button in which I like and place it in the location I like. Again, the button, I'll make sure the font size is 16 so that it is big a bit. Then I will make sure it covers where I want to utilize it. I don't need a space over here that much, so I'll reduce the space, but I still need another label. So I'll put another label here, and this label, I'm going to give it the text property called "Did you pass?" with a question mark. So it looks like this. Now, when I was looking at your work, one thing in which I realized was that for some of you, when you drew your diagram, the button is here. This one is here. This one is somewhere here. And then this one will be here like this. then you would submit the work. The order is important. How the work is shaped, how the work looks like, where each item is supposed to be placed. It's important. We fall in love with order. As human beings, we fall in love with order. The way we as human beings know that something is wrong is when something is not in order. From the next work going on, how the work looks like will also count. So back here, this is what I have, right? Now, obviously, if I run my code, my job is to enter the score and click the button. Oh, the button here, let me just change this one to check score so that it makes sense with what we are doing. So let me make it bold too. So let me change the bold to true so that it just pops up a bit beautifully. So this is my design, right? I'm going to click into the button so that all my code for the button will come in here. And it's simple enough. Once the button is clicked, a certain event has to happen. What event has to happen? I have to go and collect the information the person typed in the text box here. The information in the text box is called text box 1. That means that once you type in there, name, score as an integer is equal to the information in text box 1 dot its text property. Now, remember, the information being typed in the text boxes, any text box in which you create, is a string. So in order for the computer to know that the information is a value, I can just bring value over here. So capital VAL, then the computer knows that what I am typing is a value. Or if I want to be very specific, I can go cint so that the computer knows that the information there should be treated like an integer. Anyway, is not bad. You can go anyway. Now, here, I'm going to ask a question of the individual that if the score is greater than or equal to 50, then we should go for the label over here. The label there is called label 2. So go for label 2. Go for its text property because the text property controls what we see. And in the text property of label 2, put in there that you passed. Also, go for label 2. Go for its 4-color property. So again, when I come in here and I scroll up, I would see 4-color, should be somewhere here. This is back color. I see 4-color over here. That is what you would call the color of the font. So go for the 4-color property. And when you go for the 4-color property, make sure that the color of it, so color, capital C, is green. Now, if I run this application and it pops up onto my screen, so I've run it, I have no errors, it has come up. So this is the application. Let me close everything here. Let me put a white background here so that we can see it clearly. So this is the application. And then in here, I go and I click on, let's say the person got 60. and I click, it tells him he passed, and it changes the color of that section to green. Okay, that's great. If I run this application again, let me put it on the white background so that it's visible to us. And I put 18 there, and I click, nothing happens. Why does nothing happen? Nothing happens because I didn't give the computer an alternative solution, an alternate. The alternate is me putting else over here. So else. That means that if you don't go in this direction, you can go in that direction. And if you are going in that direction, then I want you to tell the user that he failed. I want you to also tell the user that the color should be red. And then I will stop. I will play it again. And then we will see that if I have a user and the user has 18 and I click, he failed. If the person comes to get 55, he passed. If the person comes to get 30, he failed. If he got 90, he passed. Are there any questions, please? Are there any questions, please? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, sir. Any questions?
No, please. I think we can proceed, sir.
Perfecto. In life, you don't only have two directions. You cannot go A or B and finish. There are some days in which you can go A, there are days you can go B, and there are some days in which there is a C and a D. In them cases, then you have if condition, then the action you want to perform, and then you have an else if condition, then another action you want to perform. You can have another else if. You can keep going with else ifs until thy kingdom come. Let's see a project that has this as part of it, or a project that this can be utilized. I will go to file. Let me leave here for a second so that if you get the recording, you can just pause here for a second. And this is the design of it. We'll go to file. We'll go to new. We'll go to new project. Again, I'll make sure Windows form is selected. And this, I'll call it the grade app. And then I'll click on create. So now I've created the grade app. I will click on the canvas. And once I click on the canvas, I will change the name from Form 1 to grade. So when I click the canvas, I can go to the text property of the canvas and change it to what? Grade. When I hit answer, enter, now I will see grade over here. I'll select a label and put a label here. I'll go and change the font of the label from this to Times New Roman. I'll make it bold. I'll make sure the label has 18 as this. Let me do it 20 as this font and press OK. And the writing here I'll put in here is check your grade. Wonderful. In here, I'll put in a label again. So I'll create a label over here. Or better still, let me just copy this one and paste it. So I'll paste it here. Wonderful. I'll change the writings of it to enter your grade. Sorry, your score, because it is the grade that I will tell the person. And then it shouldn't be 20. So I'm going to change the font size of it from 20 to a nice 14. So it looks like this. Let me put everything here in the middle a bit here so that I can reduce this one a bit. So reduce it to the side so it's a bit more compact. Beautiful. I need a text box. So I have a text box over here. And then I'll come and put my text box here. I will change this one from font 14 to this to also be 14. Then this would be this size. I would increase the size a bit so that the person has a nice feel of what to type. And then I'll come for a button. So button. And then I'll select the button. I'll put a button over here so that it's in the middle. And then the button, I'll make sure the button is 14. The button should be bold. The button should have a text property of find grade. Perfect. Then I can increase it a bit so that it fits into it nicely. Then I can put it over here right in the middle. Again, I have to put a situation where the person's grade will come. Let me copy this. Let me put it over here. I'll bring it down here. And then once it is there, I would remove everything in here and leave it open like this. Now, it is there, right? It is still there, but I have hidden it away from everybody. Wonderful. If I run my application, I've run my application, it will load, and then this would pop up onto the screen for me. So this is what I have on the screen. Nothing else is showing on the screen. Okay, no one knows that something is here because I've cleaned the text that is there. Wonderful. Now, I will go and double click the button again. So I'm double clicking the button. Once I double click the button, I can then go and write my code in my subroutine. So I can write my code over here in the button. What code am I writing? First of all, I have to collect the information that the person has typed over here. If you are someone who is very observant, you realize that everything we do, it is following a pattern. We will receive information, we will calculate, then we will display. We will receive information, we will format it some way, we will display. It is taking a pattern. So if I have to collect information, I have to have a place I'll store the information. So this is going to be as this. Is an exam, so it's going to be an integer. And then we are going to make it equal to what the person has typed in the screen. So it is going to be cint, and then in here I'll go for the text box 1. And then I'll put it in here, dot what? Text, because I want the text property of text box 1. And when you get it, make sure you convert it into an integer. If the score that the person entered is greater than or equal to 80, I'm sorry, in VB there's no bracket. So if the score is greater than or equal to 80, then I am supposed to tell the person that he has a grade of what? A. So again, I'll go for the label 3.text and say label 3.text should be equal to the grade of what? A. Now, else, if the score is greater than or equal to 70, then the person will have to tell him that he has a what? A B. Else, if the person has a score of 60, then we'll tell the person he has a C. Now, if you are not A, you are not B, you are not C, then there's no need for me to do else if again. I'll just say else the person got a what? An F, straight up. An F. Now let's look at this critically, right? Let's look at this very critically. We are saying that, let's say hypothetically, the person gets 61. That's the score of the person. So now score here is 61. Is 61 bigger than 80? No. That means that we will not enter here. We will come here. Is 61 bigger than 70? No. That means we will come over here. Is 61 bigger than 60? Yes. Then the person will go and display what? C. Let's say the person got 90. Is 90 bigger than 80? Yes. So the program will stop over here. So the else if allows you to do a chain where you can move through one point to another, as the branch keeps on going. Let me run the application. So I'll run it over here. And then the person got, let's say, 20. Hey, 20 there you failed. Let's give the person a nice grade. So let's say 72. So when we click this, it tells you that the person got a what? A B. Quite simply. Now, if I want to add some nice pizzazz to the work, then I can say the label dot for color should be equal to color dot green. Now, if you get B, it should be green too because you have passed. And if you get C, it should be green too because you have passed. But if you go and get F, it shouldn't be green. It should change to red. So that we will run it again in our work, we will see that if the person got 70 and we click, it's green. If we got 20, 30 and we click, it is what? F, and it shows him the color for him to know something is bad. Are there any questions, please? Very interesting. Let's take a question and let's see how we can break down the question and see what results in which we can get. One second, let me just bring the question out. We need one person to read the question for us. I'm coming. Please read the question on the screen for me. Someone. Or I should mention me.
Okay, so I'm reading, sir.
Okay.
So write a VB program that accepts an employee's basic salary. So rules. If salary is less than 2,000, bonus equal to 5%. If salary is 2,000 minus 5,000, bonus is if salary is between 2,000 and 5,000, bonus is equal to 10%. If salary is above 5,000, bonus is equal to 15%. Display the bonus amount and total salary.
Wonderful. You have to display the bonus amount and the total salary of an employee. Including the bonus. Let's see how we will solve this. Now, looking at this, what do we not have that will require the person to enter? Prince.
Yes, sir.
What do we not have that will require a user to enter?
So I don't get the question.
Read the question on the screen.
It says write a VB program that accepts an employee's basic salary. Rules. If salary is less than 2,000, bonus is 5%. If salary is If salary is 2,000 minus 5,000, bonus is 10%.
That is 2,000 to that. Not minus, it is 2.
Okay.
If the salary is from 2,000 to 5,000.
Okay, so if salary is 2,000 to 5,000, bonus is 10%. If salary is above 5,000, bonus equals 15%. So it says display the bonus amount in total salary. So I think we don't have this, the salary itself.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You see why I told you to read the question? Because I knew that when you read, you'd have told me what we don't have. So we don't have the salary.
Yeah.
Since we don't have the salary, Adams, what do we do? Adams, we don't have the salary. What do we do?
So if we don't have the salary,
So let me rescue my brother.
Rescue him quickly for me.
So we will ask the user to input his salary.
We will ask the user to input his salary. You see, whenever I'm teaching programming, it is very easy for me to come to class, teach the thing, and go away. Trust me, it is something in which is the easiest path for me, to be honest. But one thing in which I have realized is that the students cannot code, not because they don't know how to take the thing and drop it and all of those things. It's how do you put it together to create the thing? When you watch me do the thing, it is here, then I'm done. Quick. Number one, we are not face to face, which means that a certain skill set in which you are supposed to have is how to type. All of you here should be very good typists. That is non-negotiable. That's number one. Number two, perspective of how you think about the problem is very important. How you think of it. How are you thinking of the problem? How are you thinking of it? How I am thinking of it is perfect. I have no problem with how I'm thinking of it. How you think of it is what we have to shape. If you don't know what you have, you need to ask the person to enter it. Therefore, I have to design an interface that the person can be able to enter what he or she does not have. So I've created a new project. And then in my new project, I will ask you to enter what I don't have. And what do I not have? I do not have a label. And in my label, I'll tell you, enter your basic. Enter your basic. Of course, I need to make it look a bit good and professional. So here will be 14. Here, I'll make sure it is a bit bold so that it looks a bit good. Well, I'll go for a text box. So I've gone for a text box. And I can place the text box here. The text box, I also want it to be 14 so that the content is a bit bigger and nicer. I'll stretch it out over here so that the person can enter his basic. Over here, I need a button for the person to click on because he has to calculate his basic, right? So I'll go and put the button over here, and then I will change the content of the button. So where's the content of the button? That is in the text property. So I'm in the text property right now, and the content of the button, I am changing it to generate salary. Now over here, of course, I said enter your basic, right? Enter your basic, but not everybody will come on this earth who will know that enter your basic means that enter your basic salary. So to make it more audible for the person, to make sure that the person can understand what I want him to do, over here, I'm going to say enter your basic salary. Wonderful. I'll make sure these two things are in line so that everything looks quite nice. I'll make sure this is in line with this. Now, over here, I'm going to do something a bit different with this one. I'm going to highlight these two things. Copy, paste, and then I'll paste it here. I don't need a button, but I need these two. And then I'll copy, paste again so that I'll have this one over here. Now, here, I'm going to put in your net, this one is your gross salary, right? So gross salary. And then over here, it said, according to the question, you are supposed to tell the person the bonus and the salary. So here, your gross salary, and here would be your bonus. So bonus. Because every single time we do our display using the label. Today, let's try using the text box to see how that one also feels like. So that's what we are going to do over here. So this is my interface. All spaces which are not needed, I have done away with them so that the work looks a bit concise and nice. And this is my interface. You see, whatever you design will be seen by someone. Whenever you bring out work, whenever you submit an assignment, work, project, anything, you realize very quickly that the work you are submitting is a reflection on you. It is a reflection on you. So if the reflection of you doesn't bode well, it is a problem. For example, this work, for example, look at all of this space over here. I don't know if you are going to do horticulture over here. We are going to plant maize over here. There is no label for you to type. So this one you have typed here, it is for what? Is it number one, number two? The button over here, it is button one. Are we supposed to click there? What are we supposed to do? And this is an assignment someone has submitted for me to mark and give him marks. I hope we are clear. Class, are we there?
Yes, sir.
You see, everything in which the teacher, I'm doing, I do label, I label it, I put it there, it's in order. You, the students, know. You, the students, know. Oh, assignments, label in your number. Whoa, why you kick? No, come on. Like, at a certain level, there are some things in which I saw where it dawned on me that I have to say this one too? Like this one too, I should have mentioned this one too. Like label your work, let your work be in order. Should I have said that one too? And another thing, and by the way, the person I'm using his work as an example is not you alone. I'm quite sure everybody's work is like that. Another thing too is that the work in which you submitted, like no ID, no name, no school, no nothing. Just VB assignment one. Number one, this. No ID, no name, no like cover page. You say, oh, this is this word for this assignment, this class, nothing. Just VB assignment, number one. And look at this. Oh, look at the way this diagram looks like. See this diagram. Okay. Then we come to this diagram, the same thing. Then we come to this diagram, the same thing. So is it different work or is it the same work? How do you know? And all the people who submitted the work, the same thing. Oh, we can do better. Like at a certain point, we can do better. Do you understand? We always make education more harder than it is. And if you are treating education like it is, I'll write exam, pass and go, fine. But if you are treating education like, okay, I'm building a skill set so that one day when I leave school and I want to do something, I'll combine my skill sets to make something meaningful, then we can obviously do something better. Because the way in which you treat your work, in which you didn't put any care, is the same way I'll also not put any care and give you any mark. Is that fair on my part? Should I do that? My students, are we there?
Yes, sir.
I should do that. Because the one I showed you, he's getting 2 over 20. So should I put a 2 there?
No, sir.
So for this assignment over here, let's remind ourselves what the question is. Write a VB program that accepts the basic salary of an employee. And if the salary is this, he gets a bonus of that. If it is this, he gets a bonus of that. If it is that, he gets a bonus of that. And we are supposed to display the amount and the total salary. If I double click on the button, I can write my code in the area that I have created. So this is the area that I've created for me to be able to type my code in there. I can begin my code typing. First thing I have to do is go and take the basic salary the person entered here. So if I'm taking the basic salary the person entered, then I'm going to say the following. I'm going to say them basic salary as a double. And my basic salary should be equal to value of whatever that is inside text box 1 dot its text property. Wonderful. If the basic salary, according to them, if the person's basic salary is, let's start with the above one, above 5,000. So if the basic salary is above 5,000, then the person's bonus, so here I need to create a variable for bonus. You can see that I didn't create a variable here. I now know that, oh, in my program, I need bonus too, because I have to save bonus too. So I'll come to the top here and say dim bonus as a double. Then I'll come here and utilize the bonus, right? Which should be equal to, did I spell bonus correctly? I think it is supposed to be B-O-N. Okay, so let me change it here. So it's supposed to be N-U, and here it's supposed to be N-U. Good. Bonus is equal to the person's basic salary, whatever it is, times 15%. So 15%. Now, I can't write 15% like this, so I have to write it in this decimal form, which is 0.15. Why didn't I do bonus as an integer? Because I knew I'll be multiplying it by a percentage sign. Hence, it would be a double, so I need to make sure it is a double. Else, if the person's bonus is, according to the question, 200 to 500. So if the person's bonus is bigger than 200, sorry, it's bigger than 2,000, and at the same time, the person's basic salary is less than or equal to 5,000, then we are supposed to enter here and give him a percentage of 10%. So that is 0.10. Now, they said anything that is less than this is going to be 5, this thing here. That means that here it should be an equal to sign, because it should be greater than or equal to 2,000, because the other one said anything less than. That means that we can put else over here, because if you're not in the first one and you're not in the second one, then you are in the last one. And if you are in the last one, then you have a percentage of 5%. So you have 0.5%. This means that the person's net salary, again, you can see that I need net salary. I didn't panic. Treat coding like it's an essay, whereby when you're writing, you realize you need something. Then you just add what you need. So I need net salary. So I'll come over here, or sorry, gross salary. So I'll come over here and say gross salary as a double. Then over here, I can come and write proudly, gross salary should be equal to the person's basic salary plus whatever he has as a bonus. Now I can go and display the results to the person, because at this point, I know what all my values are. When I click in here, I know I have this spot here for gross salary, I have this spot here for bonus. So it means that wherever you see text box 2 dot its text property, go and put there the gross salary. Wherever you see text box 3 and you go for its text property, go and put there the person's bonus. If I run this code again, I can come and say the person has a salary of 4,000. And when I click, it will tell him that this is how much is supposed to be paid. And this is his what? His bonus. You must be like liquid and you must be fluid. And in your thinking, you have an aim. My aim is to show the person the gross salary and the bonus. Anything which I do, I have to get to that level of understanding. I am supposed to submit this work. And I am very shocked that level 300 students, I have to do this. But it's not a big deal. Because if you don't tell them how to do it, you can't blame them. My name is John. My index number is 222222. The course I'm doing, the course code is this, and then the course name is that. The lecturer in which this course is for. So the lecturer, his name is this. The work. I am not living in a caveman's universe whereby I will go and then go and pick the diagram. I will go and snip it. So let's say the diagram is here. Where's the diagram? And then I will go and snip it. So I've snipped the diagram. And then when I come here, I'll just paste it. I've done the work. No. Question 1. The diagram shows the so and so and so and so and so and so in which I did so and so and so, and this is how it works so and so and so and so. Then I'll come and paste the diagram. Please find the code for my work. Then I'll come over here. I will copy the code from this section here, and then I'll come and put the code inside Word. I have submitted the work now. Is this hard? Like, is this hard? Class rep, is this hard? Is the class rep there?
Yes, sir.
Is this hard?
Yes, sir. No, please.
So why didn't your people do it? Class rep. And it's not only one person. Like, see. And look at my own. Look at the wow, what your text box kit was saying. Ladies and gentlemen. And again, as I said, it's not only one, it's each of you. Each of you, your work is the same. No, you didn't even put your own index number in your own document. For that one, I don't even understand. You are doing academic work. Your name, index number, lecturer name, the course title, everything should be on your document. You people are too old for us to have that conversation. And look at how you have spaced your work. Enter number 1 today. Square niki to a button ni baby and ben we answer ni baby. I say a waterfall, a flow one, the one down to the other. Chalet. I told you people the other time that no one falls in love with someone because of their inner beauty. No one. None of us in this room here has seen our girlfriend or our wife or someone we like and ever gone and said that, wow, look at that girl. That girl could be a great mother. She would help me do this, so I love her. None of you have ever said that in your entire life. Your brain will see features you like. Oh, look at that guy. He's so tall. Oh, look at that guy. When he hugs me, I feel like I'm a bear in him, so I love him. The same way, if your software doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, no one is going to use it. It's not something in which we are supposed to teach in class, but you as the individual has to have pride of making your work look aesthetically good. Come on. Alex.
Say.
Utie. Brown, Utie.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Are there any questions so far, please? Do we have any questions? Wonderful. Let's have another example. Let's have another example. Can we have someone else to read for us?
Yeah, but I think your screen is blank.
1 second. Yes.
Can I read now?
You can read now.
Okay, thank you. A small internet cafe charges customers based on the type of computer they select. Standard PC, 5 cedis per hour. Gaming PC, 10 cedis per hour. VIP PC, 15 cedis per hour. The user selects the computer type from a combo box and enters the number of hours in a text box. The program calculates and displays the total cost.
If you don't understand what the thing just said, let me know now. We all understand.
Yes, sir.
Say,
We all understand. Yes, Sarah.
Okay, please, where they said the user selects the computer type from a combo box.
Okay, so that is where you do understand.
Yes, please.
All right. So it means that I've added a new brofo to our thing so that we learn something new. So let's see what a combo box is and how we can utilize a combo box.
Okay.
By the way, the guys, the group, does anybody know what a combo box is? Or does anybody have an idea of what a combo box is? I have no idea.
Sir, can I try? I don't know, but I'm trying.
Of course, we are all trying. Even me, I'm trying. What is a combo box? What is a combo box? Are you still trying?
So the combo box.
Sir,
Yeah,
like combo box, 2 box. They will use 2 box as one.
Oy.
Okay, let me also try.
No, wait. The person who said A, no, you say or you didn't say, or someone said this one, you say A.
That's what Francis says. So I think the combo box is more like a select list or something that you can choose from.
Okay. A combo box is a select list. So we will see like a drop-down menu or something.
Yeah.
Maybe they call it a combo box. So if I want to do a drop-down menu, I'll call it a combo box. Okay. That's why we see A. That will be a Canadian will see A. One count you. Oh my God. So here we have our question again. The question says that in a small cafe, they charge standard PC is 5 Ghana, gaming PC is 10 Ghana, VIP PC, and also 15 Ghana. So this is what they charge. And the user should select from a combo box and then enter the number of hours in which they have to use it for. Then we'll tell the person the total number of hours. That's fine. So in here, I have to have my label. So I'll go for my label. So this is my label. The property panel is not there. So I can just right click and click on properties. Then it comes up. So if you don't see the property panel, you don't have to panic. I'll be okay. Then in here, I will change the information here from label to PC type. Okay, and then in here, I'll make my label 14. And then I'll go for combo box. So here there is a combo box. So I can select combo box, and I'll put the combo box here. I want the combo box to be 14. So I've made the combo box 14. And I'll put a combo box beside it here. So that's the combo box. Now, the combo box, you can see that there's something on the top of the combo box here. Okay, something on the top here. If I click on it, it will tell me, do I want to bound it to items? That is, do I want to bound it from some database or something? Or I just want to enter my items. I want to enter my items, so I'll click on edit items. Then in here, I can type the things which are here. So the person said standard PC, gaming PC, VIP PC. These are the PC types in which he has. So when I come here, I can just tell the person, yeah, standard PC, that's number 1, VIP PC, number 2, and then the third one is gaming PC, so that this is the things in which he has. I think I have to do them in order so that when someone is typing them or someone is going to fetch information, they will know that the hierarchy matters. And I'll press OK. So it means that I've added my things to the combo box. Obviously, you can't see it now, but the moment the computer is run, you'll be able to see the items. And then the next thing is I'll duplicate the label. So this is the label again. And then in this place, the label, I'm going to put the the time in which the thing will take. And then in here, I'll put the text box. And then the text box, I'm going to change the font size to 14. And then in here, I'm going to stretch it to that. Let me push this here. Let me push this here so that they are in line. This one is in line. Let me add the button to it. So here's the button. And then I'll bring the button here so that the button is in line. I'll make the button, I like it when the button is long. I don't know why, but I like long buttons for some reason. Let me make them 14. Hey, Bobo, let me make just this one 14. And then the button, the text writing in the button, I'll change this to calculate time, or yeah, something like that. So this is what I have. So if I run this, technically the guy who said a box that has 2 boxes is not lying, because it is going to be 1 box, but when you click the drop down, then you can see standard, or you can click gaming, or you can click type of PC. It is good for you to use a combo box when the person has to select a lot of options. Because when you leave it for people, someone will type capital letter, small letter, someone will type VP, like people will make certain mistakes. So if you want standardization across whatever you are doing, a combo box is very good to have standardization in everything which you are doing. So this is what I will have, okay? Now I have to write the code for it. I have to write the code for it. So again, I'll before I go and write my code, I need a place where my answer can be shown. So my answer is going to be shown here. Let me just change the label of this from time to show results. And then I'll just leave it like that. That's fine. So now let me double click on the button. I can type my code in here in the button. And what am I going to type? I need a variable for hours as an integer. Because remember, we have 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour. I need another variable for the rate. In which we charge people. That one is going to be a double. I need another variable for the total as a double. Now, the hours the person did is equal to value into brackets text box 1 dot text. Perfect. Now, the combo box. Remember, we need a combo box, right? And we need a combo box of the value inside the combo box. So let me not forget that. Let me just say div PC type. Okay. As a string. Okay. Now, if before I do the if and all of those things, I have to make it equal to the PC type. So PC type is equal to combo box 1 dot what text. That's all. And the combo box is a string, so I don't have any problem there. The combo box, the name of it is called combo box 1. So I don't have a problem there. So combo box 1. Perfect. Now, In here, I can say the following code. If the PC type is equal to the standard is equal to, and here I have to go for standard PC, then we can say the rate is equal to 5. Else if and then let me copy the things I have here to save me some time, okay? So else if the PC type is equal to gaming, or let me use the way in which they spelled it here. So gaming PC, then the rate is equal to what? 10. Another else if it is VIP game, VIP PC, then the rate is going to be 15. Other than that, so else we will tell the person using a message box that please enter the correct PC type. Wonderful. Now, when we get over here, we are going to say the total is equal to the rate times the hours in which the person has utilized the device. Then we can say label 3.text is equal to the total. Or if I want to be fancy, I can say total cost colon, then I'll use and to join the total, then another and, then I'll put into this thing, the HAC, so we know it's Ghana CD. Yeah. So if I run this, the user can come here, oh, I'm doing standard PC, I'm doing for, let's say, 4 hours. When I calculate, I'll pay 20 Ghana. Those days when we used to run cafe, over here I can add a ticket so that, oh, Charlie will take it near OJ na koye the person way. Do we understand this? Okay. If I was to mark the first assignment in which you people did, there will be problems. So what I will do is anybody who was able to submit, I will give you a nice 3 marks just for having 3 marks sick. So it means that out of the 40 marks in which you were supposed to have for class 4, already you have 3 marks. Sharp, no problem. I'm going to put another assignment there tomorrow for you people to have from tomorrow to the Friday like that again, and you do it again. This one, I am begging you, submit it well, because I've shown you now how to submit it. Make sure you submit it well. Yes, Emmanuel.
I want to ask one question.
Oh, yeah.
The time, it's in hours. So can't we add HR or maybe add the whole hours?
Where?
The time.
At the name side here.
Yes, time calculation.
You can do whatever in which you want. Here, it's your prerogative. So over here, if you want to do time into brackets, hours, it's for you to do. You are making your application and you want to make it user friendly. You understand? So it is within your domain to do it however you feel like that will make it as user friendly as possible. It will not make it wrong. Okay. Is that okay, Emmanuel?
Okay, sir.
Okay. There was another hand up.
Yes, sir. Yes, Francis, sir, please. As of now, I still don't have access to the LMS. I've contacted them separately. They've not been able to fix it for me. So I'll be sending mine to your email if that's fine.
Relax, 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 relax. You said you don't have access to your LMS.
Yes, please.
You are Francis
Could
Ojo,
you?
right?
Yes, sir.
Sharp. Okay. My friend is like Frank. You said you are Francis Kudu, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, let me do it this way. Okay, please add this student to the LMS. He is level 300 top up student with the distance program. Bye. By evening time, you'll be there.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Case closed. Any other question, please?
No, sir.
Please, I am begging you. A lot of the time, when you talk to students, they act as if programming is the end of the world and programming is hard and programming.
Sir,
Yes.
I wanted to ask you a question, please.
Yeah, you can. What's up?
Okay. Concerning the assignment submission, I thought because we are sending it through the LMIS, which already have our names and our index number, so definitely you know where the person, the exact
wonderful submission. So for me to mark, I need to download it. Do you understand? Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, please.
This assignment here is VB assignment. Can you see that?
Yes, please.
Into the way one idea. Where one idea. Okay, so me na me nkɔ hwehwɛ deɛ ɛyɛ VB assignment na afei deɛ me nkɔ fomia anaasɛ me mia wei so mia yɛ ebie yɛ no. Na afei deɛ me hu deɛ ɔyɛ yɛ no. What do you say? Okay, when I clicked on it and it opened, this is what I see. Look at what I'm seeing. Number 1, then I see this. Number 2, then I see this. Number 3, the person has done the work. It's the mark. No, sort I say. Sort I say. Mark no media mirror. They say was the call up so the sacrifice. It's media mirror. They won't because. For me to mark this, it means that I have to now go to the LMS, look for whose document is called VB assignment. If there are 2, whose one is that one? That is why your work has to have your name and things on it. Like, it's academic work. I don't know, like it's academic. The definition of the word is academic work. If academic work, nothing of yours is on it. Let's say I've been academic work and I have nothing of mine on the work. My index number, dear. Because if something happens and they say you didn't do, okay, let's say you did the work and I'm saying, oh, you didn't do. So say I did. Okay, show me. I've opened it. Show me. Is this for you? What will you say? Do you understand? Mr. Salifu.
Yes, sir, please.
Oh, it's way work near number 1. Yeah, Timijama number 1. Mr. Crap. a lot of the time when you teach students coding, they make it harder than it should be. In order for you to master coding, here's the trick. Practice. And when you practice and you get an error, ask, how do I do this? Why did this happen? The fact that none of you asked me any question during the week tells me that you either used ChatGPT to do it or you went and told someone to do it. In which I will not come and stand here and argue with you, did you do, did you not do? If you know me very well, there is a day coming very quickly where I will say, Kojo, on your screen, show me your work, explain line 4. The moment you can't explain, then I'll deduct 5. Sharp. It's coming soon. Soon. Hey, Desmond Tete, share your work. Over here, why did you do this and you didn't do this? Oh, sir, 0, straight. Oh, okay. Say, Ram, share your work. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, say, Ram, do this. Why did you do this? Oh, sir, because of this and this. Oh, sir. So,
Say, Nyamemo Abutre.
oh, Davi. Unfortunately for you, the truth of life is that, unfortunately for you, I can code. Most times, the teachers in which you get, they did coding, but they really can't code. They don't code professionally, which means that for them, they will show you the thing on the slide. I can show you on the slide. I can code it. I can watch your code and tell you where you are wrong, where you are not wrong. For example, it is quite obvious that this work, for example, this person, he used the same screen. He didn't change anything, the same screen. So you just go back and change the thing and then paste it again. Say, I do number 2 there. No, yawa. But there is a day coming very soon where I'll say, show me work 4. Oh, say the work 4. What's a brofono I yes show me no. Neck where you said the work has been 1 near amount 0 near to. The key is not for you to pass and get A. The key is for you to be skilled and knowledgeable and be rich. And if you are skilled enough, you will get A. The key is that when I leave this class and someone comes to you and tells you, build me an app, you can build it. Or when someone says that, advise me on how to build an app, you can advise the person. The key is not for you to get A. A is there. A comes from the thing in which we are doing. And if the argument is going to be, we are busy, life is hard, and all of those things, yes, life is hard. Grow up. You need to find time. It's hard. It's hard for all of us. I wish I could be sleeping right now. To be honest with you, the moment the class ends, your class is the last thing I have to do for the whole week. So the moment your class ends, I'm going straight to bed. Life is hard. But we need to suffer now so that we can enjoy later. If you don't practice, if you keep on cheating, using ChatGPT, asking people to do it for you, not getting a PC, not practicing, not asking questions, because we are online, which means you should be asking questions during the week or sending screenshots and things and not making our lessons extendable. Why are we here?
Sir.
Anyway, yes, Mr. Adam.
Please, I want to know the exact, the work on the screen.
What are the work on the screen?
Work now on the two screens. Yes.
Wait, obedience.
Now,
what do you want?
No, maybe the other VB assignment nation.
They want to know. Okay. Yes. I just put your name in and come out straight up. Damian come baby or what? It's
So my question is, I want to know the exact problem on this work.
The problem on this work is that this work is not labeled, number one. So if you, Salifu, you come here, and I show you this work here, okay? I show you this screen here, this screen alone, like this, what are you going to do? When you open your computer and you see a box there and button one, what are you supposed to do? I'm asking all of you, what am I supposed to do?
I think there need to be levels.
You, in all your knowledge as an IT person, when you go and see a screen and there are written button one there, will you click?
No.
So what have you done? Over here, I have done the work. I can see that Monday is showing, and I can see that you have posted the code showing that, yes, you did case and everything here works. The user doesn't see that. The user sees this. You see this. When you open facebook.com, do you see the code that people wrote? When you open Instagram or Snapchat, do you see the code? You don't see the code. Me, I can see the code. So me, I've already read the code and said, okay, your code is right. The work looks right. Okay, great. The work looks right. Now people have to use your work. This is what they see. They see a blank page, not correctly sized, not correctly proportioned, not correctly labeled, and they see a space and a button that has button one. What are you supposed to do? Click it, type it. When you type it, what do you get? I hope you understand me.
Yes, please, I understand.
People will use your application based on their understanding. A teacher of mine once told me that if you are developing an application, develop it in such a way that when you are not there, they can continue using it. When you open google.com, do you need a Google engineer to tell you, click here? When you click here, type your thing here. When you type, it will appear here. Do you need that? Do you get someone doing that? There should be elevation to what we do. Like there should be a certain elevation. We are not doing it just to get 5 marks. If you are doing this work just to get 5 marks, why are you here? We are doing it so that we can get 5 marks, get a job, get someone to see our work, know that we are better than every single other person in this class. Break everybody's neck. That's why we are here. Or
Yes,
let me
sir.
free why I'm here.
Sir, so please, I'm not trying to justify what I did. It's wrong. But I think one of the things all of us, I think my other colleague that I spoke with, we were focusing on making the code work. That is why we didn't pay much attention to beautifying the form. But since you've told us now in our next assignment, we make sure that our forms are presentable. Because most of the work that I was trying to make it like as soon as it work.
What you just said is a very detrimental statement. Because, and the reason why it is detrimental, because the way the thing looks like is part of the code working. So you thinking that the code working is when you click it works and all of those things alone, and not the appearance of the thing and how it is going to be usable, is a very, very big problem. Because a software has to be functional too. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, please.
Regardless of you doing VB or web or mobile or whatever you do, if it's not aesthetically pleasing to your audience, nobody will use it. If nobody uses it, you don't make money. So forget about work and 5 marks. If this was professional work, nobody will use your work. because nobody understands the work in which you did. So the look of the work is part of the code you are doing. It's not separate. It's not like the code is functional and there is design. And no, they are all parts. It's the package. I hope you understand me.
Yes, please.
By the way, me showing anybody's work is not me targeting your work. It's just all of you are the same, to be honest with you. All of you have basically is the same. There's no difference. And then there's some people who they didn't put it in the Word file. They sent me the raw code like that in some zip file.
Then say run now.
Olupa. It's okay, baby. I would send you another piece of work. And the assignments, I know they're a bit plenty, but they are supposed to help you to practice and gain experience and gain confidence. Let's gain confidence. Let's gain experience. If you have a problem, let me know, and we'll see how we will help you. But next time, if you are doing any work, put your name and index number on the work in which you are doing, at least. Thank you all for coming today. If there are no questions, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.